This is KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests today are from the upcoming production right here at Kirkwood Community College, 6 Characters in Search of an Author. Director and faculty member Rick Anderson. Rick, nice to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
And also from the cast and crew of 6 Characters, say hi to Brandon Kerr.
Hello.
And to Shelby Benyon. Oh, I should have. I'm not the best engineer. You want to put those, pull those mics just a little bit more forward. My crack, as the sound designer, Brandon knows how important a crack audio staff is.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, Brandon, you are doing sound design for the show, and Shelby, you're one of the 6 characters.
Yes.
So, Shelby, you want to tell me a little bit about the plot of the play?
Well, it's 6 characters. They interrupt a play rehearsal, and they're looking for someone to write down their story, which is still incomplete. Their author didn't finish it, didn't put it on the stage, so they're looking for not only an author but an audience to tell their story to.
And so these characters, do they come from, or is there a wide background? Is there a half-told story that you kind of learn as things go by?
Yeah, that's accurate. It's sort of in production almost. There's a lot of background. There's a lot of backstory that comes to light as the play goes on. Nobody really knows where they come from.
Rick, have you directed this show in the past?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
I haven't.
What made you pick it?
I had an opportunity a few years ago to respond for the Kennedy Center at Iowa State University, and they had selected this show. And the script that we're actually using, they worked with and kind of made it into their own production. And I was wondering if it would still play to a modern audience. The play was written in the 20s, and it's an absurd piece, and I didn't know if the message would ring true to a modern audience. And so going over and seeing the production, I was pleasantly surprised that it's very gripping, it's very dramatic. It still asks the same questions it did in the 20s. The questions are still relevant today. And it deals with illusion in the theater and reality in life, and reality in the theater and illusion in life, and it kind of merges those two worlds together all the time, and until they completely absorb each other, and then it's up to the audience to decide what their reality is or what the illusion is.
That's really interesting. I knew the show had been around for a while. I didn't realize that it was the 1920s, so almost 100 years old, which is amazing. And but a great fit today with our kind of meta, self-referential, breaking the fourth wall. You see that a lot in modern media, but this is probably one of the first instances of a work of art doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I know the philosophers of the time all over the world, the play played really well in Germany, even though there were riots in the theater because of some of the subject matter that takes place. This family of characters that show up have a fairly dark past, and it is revealed as we move through, and there's been a lot of hurt and a lot of blame, and everyone's trying to survive or get away from it, and they can't. They have to keep reliving that same story over and over and over again.
All right, well, pretty heady stuff. Brandon, bring us down to earth, and let's talk about the actual physics of bringing this play to life. As now, of course, this is it's what they call in the parlance a straight show. So you aren't balancing music. What as the sound designer, what particular things were a challenge with this show?
Well, the whole thing was like, I need to get into the actual idea of the play from the beginning. So I've been to every rehearsal. So I've been with them for where they've been learning it, so I get a feel for what the actual mood needs to be in the play. And once I find out what the mood is for particular scenes, I just what music would be better for convoking that in other people. And then I just kind of roll through that and edit it, mix it, get some sound effects in there until I find that if this play is really dark, so there's a lot of slow, drawn-out things. It just sounds off.
Slow builds.
Yeah. The whole play is just a slow build up into the final thing, and it's just bam!
Okay. Shelby, what's the biggest thing that surprised you as you read the script, you auditioned, and but what was the thing that was maybe the most unexpected upon reading it that then changed when you actually started blocking and working on your character and acting?
Well, when I first read the script, it didn't completely like translate for me because the language, especially with the 6 characters, is a bit dated. So I read this as much more serious. I mean, it is a darker production, but I read it as much more formal than I actually ended up playing it, because my character, despite the absolutely terrible like emotional damage she's gone through, is kind of whimsical and very so she's almost a bright spot, but it's a weird lighting sort of thing. She's like very sexual and playful, and I didn't really get that until we started blocking and I started really breaking down the language and looking at what she's actually saying.
Talking with the cast of 6 Characters in Search of an Author, which goes up 2 weeks?
Next week.
Next weekend,
yeah,
okay.
October 29th through November 1st.
All right. And
so we do have a Halloween show.
Okay, well, it sounds, based on how you described that, it sounds perfect for Halloween. And this will be in Ballantine Auditorium. Will tickets be pre-sold, or should people just come to the door?
Either way.
Okay.
You can pick up tickets in 336 Cedar Hall, the Arts and Humanities office, or you can call that office as well and reserve a ticket if you'd like, or you can purchase them at the door. Either way, doesn't matter.
All right. And then some evening shows. Is there a matinee with this?
There is. The 29th, 30th, and 31st, we have 7:30 curtain, and then November 1st is a Sunday, is a 2 o'clock curtain.
All right, and you can visit the kirkwood.edu website for more information. Mm-hmm. Well, good luck, break a leg, all of you. Thanks for coming in, and have a happy Halloween with this dark play, 6 Characters in Search of an Author. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.